Harjap.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਮਸਤੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਮੰਡੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰੀਦੀਆਂ we don't talk about immigration on Monday we talk about community issues where you can learn something, I can learn something hopefully, and we talk to people about daily issues which affect your lives, our lives and our families' lives. So ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ issue ਹੈ today is one of these issues where we're going to be talking about something that can affect anybody, and God forbid it ever does affect anybody, but if it does, then what we can do as a community to help, and what we need to do and what we need to look for, and when we need to remember, is there help out there for us in the Asian community? So you might remember ke kuch hafte pehla we did an appeal before Christmas for a young lad called Jaden, and he needed a stem cell donor. The good news is that he's found one, and ਉਹਨੂੰ donor ਮਿਲ ਗਿਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਦਾ ਅਸੀਂ appeal ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ last time. But the other news is that this doesn't stop at one child. ਇੱਕ ਬੱਚੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਰੁਕ ਜਾਂਦਾ. Every week, every month there seems to be a child from an Asian family that needs a donor, and today we're here to talk about a child called Veer, a 3-year-old child, a young boy who is in need of a stem cell donor, and his parents are here today. Neerav and Kirpa, they're here, so ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀਏ. First of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you.
Tell us about Veer. Tell us a little bit about Veer and why you're here today.
So Veer is, as you said, he's 3 years old.
Yeah.
He's a typical 3-year-old. He's full of energy. He's very cheeky actually, and he creates bonds with everyone around him.
Yeah.
He's a real gem, a real character too.
Yeah, he's a funny little kid.
He makes people laugh.
Right. So what happened to Veer? I mean, because I've got a 2-year-old, and I saw a video of Veer today, and he looked like a normal 3-year-old, right? So what's actually happened to him?
So he is still a normal 3-year-old.
Yeah.
He's very much the same way as we've always known actually from the moment he's been born. Just cheeky and happy-go-lucky. But in December 2018,
Yeah.
he became a bit more lethargic than normal for a few weeks. And
Was he laying down and sleeping a lot?
yeah.
Okay.
Like in the daytime even he'd get up and we'd find him just lying on the floor trying to catch another nap.
Okay.
And it was just strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't his normal self.
And as a mum, you probably picked up on that straight away, right?
Yeah.
This is not his daily routine.
And this didn't just go on for like a day. It kind of was going on for I guess a few weeks, we'd say.
Yeah, it was a few weeks, and we didn't act on it straight away. Because he was still able to get on with his normal routine as well. He was going to nursery. But even at nursery, they were saying he was a bit more tired than normal.
Okay.
But he was still able to get through the day, kind of thing. And so we didn't act on it straight away. But then we had a conversation with the nursery as well, and they said maybe you should just get it checked out because it could be he's anemic with low iron.
Yeah, or low vitamins or something like that. Yeah, that's what we would think.
Yeah,
we would think that he's probably lacking in vitamin C or D or whatever.
Yeah. So luckily we got the motivation to go and get it checked out.
Okay.
And
did you go to your GP?
Yeah, we went to the GP,
Okay.
and he had his bloods tested.
Okay.
And so I think maybe how long did it take for that to come back? Maybe
A few weeks.
A few
Right.
weeks.
Okay. And in the meantime, Veer was still the same, right?
He was still in that lethargic way for a bit. And then the results came back, and it did show that he had low iron, and therefore he was anemic for that period. But more concerning, he had low platelet levels, so the blood platelets.
Right.
So then that they were below the threshold.
Right.
And so that's what triggered some alarms.
Yeah.
That they need to get them investigated a bit more.
So what happened? Did they do more tests? I mean, what did they tell you?
So then they said, well, let's refer you. They referred us to our local hospital, which is Norfolk Park. So this was around Christmas initially, and then by the time we got to Norfolk Park, it was then April.
Okay.
By which point Veer was back to normal.
Yeah,
we kind of forgot about it.
You probably thought we made a fuss over nothing.
Yeah,
it was just a phase, right? Or something.
Yeah, we just thought it was winter. You know, it's over. So anyway, we got it checked again in April. They examined him.
Yeah.
They asked if he gets infections, if he has nosebleeds easily, does he bruise easily. All of our answers were no. He doesn't have any of those issues. So we just didn't think anything of it.
Okay.
So they thought maybe because he just had a viral bug, something that's caused his platelets and his other blood counts to drop. So they redid his bloods again in April when they found that they're still similarly low, and then they referred us to Great Ormond Street.
Right.
So then Great Ormond Street again rechecked his bloods in by then it was June to July. They were checking his bloods. They did lots of different tests, and then in August we found out that he's got this illness called Fanconi anemia.
What is that? That just sounds like it's not something Asian people hear at home, right? So we never heard it. So exactly, tell what do you know about it now? What did you know then about that? So when the doctor said he's got this, what did you think? You didn't know what it was, right?
Shocked. Like we've never heard of it before.
You must have Googled it and seen what it was all about, or
yeah. I mean, I mean, the first instance was obviously the discussion with the consultant, where we got to know from his point of view. He was explaining in quite kind of bleak terms the kind of
really. So was it quite?
The first thing that they told me is that it's a life-limiting illness. His
life-limiting. That's a bit. That's scary.
And a lot of, the leaflet that they gave us said that a lot of people don't make it into their 20s.
No way.
And that he's going to need a bone marrow transplant in the near future. So obviously we were not expecting anything like this.
No, of course, no one was.
And it knocked us for six. Like we just didn't know what to think and how to react, and
especially because we've got two children, Veer and his sister Suhani, who's 5, and both of them we've been up until that point we've been so lucky with their health. They're like super healthy children. They've never had any. You have lots of issues. Going to nursery, school.
Kids are always ill.
Our kids they'd have the cold, but nothing more than that. None of these kind of viral infections and stuff like that. So for us, it was a complete shock that from having completely healthy children, the opposite side of the spectrum, we've got someone who's got such a serious condition. So that
and
was
it's so rare. It's so rare that only about 100 families in the UK have this.
Wow.
So we can't believe something so rare has fallen on our doorstep. Like you don't think it will happen to you.
You thought it was really bad luck, right?
Yeah.
Right, so what did you do from there? When the initial shock you found out, you must have researched and thought, right, what?
Obviously a lot of research started from that point. The starting point was, like we said, they gave us a leaflet, which it's amazing what they give you.
Probably makes you more nervous than anything.
No, big time. It kind of paints the kind of worst case scenario.
Yeah.
So
I think doctors just generally do that anyway.
Yeah.
And even when I've been in the hospital, I've just come out recently as well. And if you heard the doctor, it was like, "You're dead, mate." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, thanks." Like, you're just going to leave me here? But I think they're trained that way.
Yeah.
And my friend's a doctor, and I always say, you always paint the most bleakest picture, but actually you're quite a nice guy. But if I didn't know you as a guy, I'd walk out that room thinking, you're a real villain.
Yeah.
But I think so. They do tell you that, and obviously it must have been distressing.
Yeah, extremely distressing. Yeah, like we read that through a few times, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, this is real serious stuff." Serious stuff. But then I guess, obviously then we've read more, looking at Google and stuff, and looking at other sources, and it still paints a bleak picture. But you get to see or understand different aspects and different angles.
We, whilst doing our research, we came across a charity called Fanconi Hope, which is a UK-based charity and
specifically related to this condition.
And so Nirav got in touch with them, and they provided us with so much information. And lucky for us, so we got this diagnosis in August. We found out there's a convention going on that they had organised in September, just so a month later, where it was a 3-day like retreat where the kids were looked after. They were doing like fun activities while the parents were able to learn about the condition, speak to specialists, get our questions answered. So lucky for us, some people thought maybe it's a bit too soon for us to be going on such a convention, but actually
no, I don't think it is.
It was so good for us to actually see, you know what, we met other families going through the same thing. We've seen adults with this condition who have got married and leading normal lives, doing cycling trips, and it just changed our opinion on what we thought that Veer would never make it to his 20s. We then realised
a lot of people
that he
had overcome the illness.
And we then started to, from that point on, we started to feel a bit more positive that, you know what, fine, he's got this, but it doesn't mean that it's the end for him.
It's not doom and gloom, right? So there are people who have survived it, and people there, and
and especially the stem cell transplant itself, the bone marrow transplant procedure. Everything, whenever you look into that sounds like a very scary procedure. Because you start off with like a week or so of chemo. They wipe out your immunity. Basically to get your blood counts down to 0, which is necessary because they need to basically transplant someone else's stem cells into your body, and so to avoid rejection of that, they have to go through this very severe
it's like cleaning out the old and putting it new, basically. So when you like when you look at that oil change, but exactly, but just in relation to blood,
but when you look into that theoretically, it all sounds quite very daunting and very difficult.
Suck all the blood out of my child, and he's going to be left there like a zombie, and but actually, I get the same reaction when we tell people to donate blood and give a swab and give a sample, and they're like, oh no, you're going to take corn out of my hoodie, and you're going to do this and that. And I said, look, it's just like having a blood test. You go there, you get an injection, and that's it. That's your job done. And worst comes to worst, you might have something taken out of the hip or something, But I said, most cases they just do that, and they go, is that all it is? Like giving a bit of blood. And and I said, with that blood, it'll have enough stem cells in it for a child to survive, or somebody to survive, and they can't believe it's such an easy procedure, because they probably think, with the mentality that we all come from back home, I'm not talking about us but our parents, that they're going to cut you open, that they're going to remove your kidneys, they're going to sell half of them and sew you up and tell them, look, we don't want your kidneys or your lungs, it's got nothing to do with that. It's just about a bit of blood. Or they probably think, there's some hierarchy involved.
I think it's unfortunate that the kind of terminology that's used is that they use the word transplant. That's a bit unfortunate, because it does have, transplant always has that stigma that it's some kind of surgical procedure that you go through.
It's a removal of an organ and putting it in someone else, taking someone else's organ out,
you're naturally just going to be inclined to think that, but
you think you're going to lose something permanently, when actually this isn't a permanent loss, because your own cells get regenerated.
Your stem cells get regenerated.
And what's happened in Veer is just, at the moment, he's just lost that ability to reproduce the good stem cells, right? So therefore there's some sort of corruption in the blood. So we just have to clean that old blood out and replace it with good blood, with someone who's a match. And I suppose this is the hard part, is finding a match, and this is what it's all about.
So I mean,
you went to the convention.
So we went to the convention. We met so many families. We've met families who kids were post-transplant. So we were able to see the full kind of picture.
Before and after and everything.
And it was really interesting there. There was a really good lecture, someone who had said, welcome to Holland. It's a poem, and it kind of talks about how you've always wanted to go to, say, Rome. That's your ideal destination. That's where you're heading. You've dreamt about it. You're planning to go there. And then you get on the plane, so excited, and then you end up somewhere, and you end up in Holland, and you're like, well, why am I in Holland? I wanted to go to Rome. I've always dreamt of going there. Why did we go there? Well, we're supposed to be in Rome and not Holland. But when you're in Holland, you don't appreciate what is there and what is actually really beautiful about Holland.
Because you're thinking about Rome.
You're so caught up in Rome, and just that kind of one analogy made us really change our view of this. Is that yes, Veer's life was supposed to end up in a certain place like Rome. but we're in Holland now, or he will be in Holland, and we just need to think about what's good about this. And also the fact that people talked about how when they found out about this diagnosis, they were already mourning for a child which they actually haven't lost. The child is still there, but you're mourning for that child because you think they've got this illness which is going to mean that they're not going to have a good enough life, and everything that you've imagined for that child is not going to happen.
You're so worried about a future which is not even here yet. Yet you let it ruin your present.
Exactly. And it made us really see that, you know what, he's got this, and yes, it's a part of his life, but we can't make it be the biggest part of our life. We can't let it take over. So, I mean, this convention helped us in so many ways, just to come to terms with the fact that this is what we have to deal with, and let's just deal with it.
Okay. So it was quite then fortunate that it came quite quickly, because if you didn't have that knowledge that you had at the convention, then perhaps you would have been, even now you would have been sitting here and had all sorts of misconceptions, all sorts of fears. But I suppose if one word came out of that convention, it is hope. So you had
Fanconi hope. that's the organization.
Oh, so you had a lot of hope for it. Then what did they tell you about the next steps? And what did they tell you about what could happen next and what you needed to do, or was you just solely reliant on the hospital to do something on?
So they said that they would monitor Veer every 3 months, keep an eye on his counts.
And in the meantime, could Veer go back to school and nursery, normal life? And
they have said that he's well enough to carry on all normal activities, and they're just going to keep an eye on his bloods. And when it gets to a level where they are concerned, then they'll intervene. So he's just being monitored every kind of 2 to 3 months. He's able to carry on things as normal, which is great, because we want him to have a normal life as much as possible. And in the meantime, then they were checking the international and national registers to see if there was any matches for him.
Is he on medicines, and is he on sort of?
No, so literally we are actually very, very lucky in our situation, in that it's something that's been caught really early, and by chance, because of this period of lethargy. Because actually we don't even know if that was related to his condition.
It might have been something.
It could have just been that he was tired for those few weeks, right? Little bug or something like that. So by chance we've happened to find out that he's got this blood condition, right? But aside from his blood counts being low, and they are quite low actually, he doesn't actually exhibit any of the symptoms that you'd expect of that. So they had, like Kripa was saying earlier, that they were asking us if he bruises, if he gets tired very easily, etc.
Nosebleeds, etc.
Nosebleeds and stuff, and he doesn't have anything, and as a result, he doesn't need any treatment right now. So
he probably doesn't even know he's ill or anything. Oh, he's 3 years old.
No.
He's 3, and which is great. It's good that he doesn't understand. He knows the word. He knows that he's got this, but that's it.
Yeah, because I saw him in the video, and he's pronouncing this word, and I thought, not even I can say it.
Exactly.
And I thought, how switched on is this child that is free? And at first I thought, okay, this has been made about 2 years ago. He must be 5 now. So this isn't a 3-year-old. But then I went on the website and says, no, he's 3 and he's still 3. And I'm like, okay, it's quite well advanced for his.
With that, it's quite a funny story. We were just at home. We were probably just talking about general things. He was on the sofa, messing around like a 3-year-old does, and then just out of nowhere he comes out with Fanconi anemia. So we asked him, Veer, what did you just say? And he said Fanconi anemia, and we said to him, what does that mean? And he goes, I've got Fanconi anemia and I'm not well. So I guess although we thought he's not really taking in what's going on, he absorbed that much.
Subconsciously did. We're going to go to a break now, and we're going to discuss all about the nature of the illness and what help you're getting from other organisations and charities that are involved, and also the dates on which you're doing drives where you want people to come and register, and how to register, how the audience can get involved, and how they can see if their blood matches, and hopefully we can find a match for Veer. But ये सारी गल्लां असीं करूंगे after the break. मिलदे हैं ब्रेक तो बाद. NRI'यां दियां ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ
So let's talk with Harjap.
The hottest Black Friday offer is with Leica Mobile. You get a whopping 50% off when you buy UK Plan Mega this weekend. 40 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 this weekend. It's Black Friday madness from Leica Mobile. 50% off should not be missed. Visit leicamobile.co.uk for details. Offer is valid to new customers who shop online between 28th of November and 2nd of December 2019. Leica Mobile.
हिंदू धर्म विश्व का एक महान धर्म है जो विश्व में शांति फैलाने वाला एक ही धर्म है। इसी धर्म की चर्चा के लिए लेट अस टॉक हिंदुइज्म में MATV के माध्यम से आपसे अनुरोध है कि इसको हर रविवार 8:30 से 9:30 अवश्य देखें।
क्या कहती है आपकी किस्मत? आपकी शादी, लव लाइफ, मैरिज, फाइनेंशियल चेंजेस से गुजर रहे हैं या फिर कोई नई नौकरी देख रहे हैं या बिजनेस नया करने का सोच रहे हैं, तो देखना मत भूलिएगा डेस्टिनी एंड कार्ड्स विद मोना चौहान ओनली ऑन MATV।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਮੀਰੀ ਪੀਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਅਸੀਂ ਸੋਮਵਾਰ 9:15 ਤੋਂ 10:15 ਔਰ ਸ਼ੁੱਕਰਵਾਰ 8:30 ਤੋਂ 9:30 ਅਸੀਂ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਭਲੇ ਲਈ, ਪੰਥ ਦੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਵੱਧ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਕਰਨ। MATV ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਪੰਥ ਦੀ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਲਈ ਤਤਪਰ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਆ ਉਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸੱਚ ਤੇ ਆਧਾਰਿਤ ਹੈ, ਸੱਚ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਸੱਚ ਦੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ 'ਤੇ ਪਹਿਰਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਕੋਈ ਸੌਖੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਂ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
The news has spread in the village that there is a meal being provided in the school, and so more children have started showing up in the school.
No child in this world should ever be deprived of education because of hunger.
My name is Malikarjun Hanamnor.
My name is Megha.
I want to become a nurse,
Engineer. Doctor.
I want to become teacher,
Soldier.
Lawyer.
I want to become police. ಅಕ್ಷಯ ಪಾತ್ರೆಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಊಟ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಇಷ್ಟ ಮತ್ತು ತುಂಬ ಪೌಷ್ಟಿಕಾಂಶವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ತರಕಾರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟು ತರಕಾರಿ ಕಾಳುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ.
Feeding a hungry child and seeing that the child gets educated is not charity. It's the social responsibility of everyone who is doing well in this world.
NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ, ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ, ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ। So let's talk with Harjap.
Welcome back to the show. Gal Sadi ho rahi hai with the parents of Veer, who are here to do an appeal on behalf of their child, and in fact every child or every person who needs a stem cell donor. It's not just their child. There are plenty of people who need stem cell donors. We're just not aware about them. We're not aware about them because it doesn't hit us. And just like I wasn't aware about it until someone came on the show and started talking about it, and until I had kids of my own, I wasn't really bothered about it, about all these illnesses that kids get. And now when you go through life, you realize, you have illnesses, these things do affect people, and that they can be critical. And it's important to, as a community, Sada Fazbanda, we always talk about seva and helping people and feeding the homeless and climate change and how we want to change the world and doing protests. But actually, this is a chance for you to be a hero and to do your service. And you know what? It's not going to cost you anything. You don't have to go to a protest. You don't have to risk your life. It's just about giving some blood. It's like you go to a blood test to check on your own health anyway. I have just had one done, and I'm sure you lot have one done. But in this, it's just going to require a donation of your blood, and your blood will match with someone, if not Veer, and you could save a life. But you can see the impact that the illness is having on their lives, because they must be worrying about it every minute, just like you would and I would if our kids ever got illness. Kids get a bukhar and we're up all night worrying about our kids. Yeah? So obviously, you know, no parent wants any parent to go through this, but this thing is real and it does happen. The fact that every other month I get somebody onto the show to talk about this, that means it's a real problem. And as a community, the problem lies in this. This is the issue I have, and that on the list of people wanting donors, whether it's an organ donation, we're right up there at the top. That's because due to our genetic build-up and, you know, due to our diet and poor stuff like that. But when it comes to donating, we're not on the registers. You know, until I knew what this was, I wasn't on the register. I'll be honest with you. I'm sure many of yourselves or your family had never been on it or on the register. And I bet you're on it now. Right. So there you go. So there's plenty of people at home who want to do something, want to change people's lives. Here's a way you can directly do it. You can help someone. You need to get on that register, whether it's with Anthony Nolan, whether it's with DKMS, whether it's with anyone. You need to get on the stem cell donation register, because one day you probably get a phone call saying you have matched someone and they need a bit of your blood. That's your direct chance to help someone. And this is what we're looking for, right? And this is essentially what we're looking for in Veer's case. You're looking for someone to donate their blood. What do you know about the donation procedure? What do you know about that?
So like you said, it is very straightforward actually. In most cases, it's as you've explained, but not quite. It's not quite giving blood. What it is you they will I believe they connect from your arm. They'll connect you with a tube through to a machine. And that machine will draw your blood out. But that blood is not there to take your blood as such. It's to take your stem cells from your
out of the blood.
So that goes through the machine. The stem cells get extracted from your blood, and then the blood comes back to you.
Oh, they give you your blood back as well.
You get your blood back.
You can't lose. They only want the interest. They don't want the principal amount in accountants' language. So biaji chaunde ha, you get your main back. Asal back. You get the main thing back. So they give you your blood back. So blood is, if you don't know, blood is made out of cells, right? Blood is made out of cells. Let's explain. And them cells, they generate themselves.
Exactly. So
they just want the cells out there.
You do give your stem cells in that process, but they do regenerate. So within a few days,
your stem cells will be back to normal.
Your stem cells are back to normal, and you won't feel any different even in those days that you.
It doesn't affect the person who's giving it.
No.
But then them stem cells are put into Veer's blood.
Exactly.
And then them stem cells start generating themselves. And then Veer's back to normal.
Exactly. And it's literally, I mean, since we've been looking into this, it's a miracle procedure in itself. Like the actual stem cell donation process and the transplant process. To think that you've got a child who's potentially going to lose their life, and in its place you give them the opportunity to have a full life off the back of quite a simple procedure. From a donation perspective.
From a donation process.
Right.
Why is it hard to find a match then? Why is it always hard? Why do we get parents coming here every couple of months saying it's hard at the moment to find a match? And sometimes the parents don't even match. Right? So for us Asians at home, because we watch their films and all that, the Hindi films, and there's always a match there. The dad always matches or the mum always matches, right? or like Murakbar Anthony and all of that. Yeah, the three sons, they all match the woman.
Yeah.
Why does it? Why do? Why is it that the parents don't match? Why is it?
Yeah,
you must have find that hard to like. At first, when they told you, hold on, you don't match.
Yeah.
Hold on, it's my boy. What do you mean it don't match?
Yeah.
We in fact, we're out of the whole pool. We're kind of the least likely.
Your worst matches.
Yeah, because we can only ever be 50% of his makeup each individually.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, sorry, you can be more.
Yeah.
But that's quite rare. Yeah, so you do have some people who do match their own child.
Okay.
But it's very rare.
But it's not like a normal blood match where you'd say, oh, just because the blood group's the same, it's a match.
No.
The cells have to match.
Yeah.
It's at least a 10-point matching. So there has to be 10 factors, at least 10 factors that have to match Veers or whoever is looking for it. So it's not as simple as just one blood type. In fact, the blood type doesn't even actually come into these 10.
Yeah, because as a mum, you must think, hold on, he was in my womb for 9 months. I gave birth to him. You know what I mean? So he's made up of me. How comes I don't match?
I mean, yes. Obviously, if we could help him, we would love to have
done
done it.
Of course you would.
That would have just been easy.
Yeah.
But actually, his best chance of finding a match was his sibling, so his sister. But there was only a 1 in 4 chance that she was a match, and unfortunately, she wasn't. So, we're in this position.
So, ek edandi bimari hai that even your family members, immediate family members, they don't match. And in most cases, it's a stranger who matches, right? So it might not even be a member of family. It might be someone in a different country. It might be someone hundreds of miles away, someone you don't know, have never met.
Yeah, it's a worldwide register. So we could find his match anywhere in the world.
Could be India, could be Canada, could be America.
Yeah.
And because there are a lot more South Asians, obviously, in India, we are also targeting India in our campaign as well,
okay.
and other countries.
So what have you done so far? So what have you targeted so far?
Okay.
So both UK and India heavily. We've also tried to connect with some organizations in USA to give us some support, and we've made some progress there. But the most impact that we're having really is in the UK and in India.
Right.
And India is phenomenal because India obviously is our motherland and lots of people there, but also in particular, even though awareness here is very low, in India it's next to nothing.
Of course, they probably don't even know what stem cell donation is. It's very hard. It's like I said, it's a reflection of our community. Even here, we might have master's degrees and good jobs, and but we might have 10 houses each. But I wouldn't know what a stem cell.
No, I mean,
donation is, and you wouldn't know. You didn't know yourself, right?
I just turned 40 last year, and it was only 2 years back that the first time I heard about stem cell donation. I was like,
what is
that's
this?
a long period of time where you've not even heard of this thing.
Because it's not prevalent in our community. And also we don't like to talk about illness in our community.
There's that as well. I think
there is an element
the stories don't come out as much as well. So therefore, because there's a combination of like lower cases and not many stories coming out, people just don't know, and therefore they're blind to it a lot of the time.
We're preoccupied with diabetes, blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, but we don't look into these other illnesses, especially children's illnesses. And I think as a community, we don't like to admit that our child's ill, or our child is vulnerable. We see it as, oh my God, there must be a weakness in us. There must be something wrong. We don't talk about a lot of issues to do with children. Same reason we don't talk about miscarriages. Same reason we don't talk about abortions or any sort of illnesses children related. Mental health issues. We never talk about mental health issues. We never talk about people who are affected by Down syndrome, because we just think, right, okay, that these maybe can be solved by prayer alone, and and as much as the power of prayer is, we just don't see it as a mental illness. So I think as a community we just need to wake up to that fact a bit more. And that's why we do programs like this, because people sitting at home can now get awareness that actually there's this illness. You go home and Google it, and to see search karo and find out exactly what it is.
But I mean,
because it's going to hit anyone.
But this is just one of probably about 10, 20, 30 illnesses which can be solved in the same way through this bone marrow transplant, stem cell transplants.
Wow.
It's only one of many, many conditions which hit people all the time. And you've got one solution, and that solution relies on the generosity of people.
How did you explain it to the elders? So how would you explain it to your parents? So how did they, try and explain this to them? It's hard enough trying to explain normal what blood pressure is to them. Yeah, but how did you explain it to them? So, and how did they react? What did they think?
What we've told most people is just that he has his bone marrow, which is the part of the body that makes the blood cells, is not working properly, and eventually he's going to have not enough blood cells, and so we need to fix the machine, the part of the body that is making the blood, and we've explained that no one in the family is a match, but we're going to have to find that match, and that's why we're campaigning.
And how did they react? Your parents, did they understand that, or did they think, well, hold on, it's above our...
We've been quite lucky that they've understood it, they've taken it in quite well.
But for them as well, it's all new, right? So anyone we're speaking to, no one's heard of this. So we had to educate ourselves and educate people around us, because it's not something you hear about, right? Like you're saying. And so that's the main part of our campaign, is to raise awareness and raise it far and wide. We started off in the UK. Now we're working in India. We've got our friends and family in India that are supporting us there to spread the message, and the charities that are helping us just to make sure that we raise this awareness in our communities.
What are the charities that are helping you?
So there's in the UK it's Anthony Nolan and DKMS primarily.
They're the two main ones.
Yeah, phenomenal charities. I can't say enough good words about them, in fact, because it's actually, it's quite a upward battle to turn people's attention towards these issues, and they're doing an amazing job of that. And not only that, from a perspective of engaging with the public to become donors, but also in terms of us as patients, as families suffering with these things. The amount of support they give us is brilliant. It's amazing. They give us so much guidance in how we can facilitate the campaign. It's been really, really amazing.
When you contact these charities, do you find that the children needing transplants are mainly from a certain background? So were there people from Asian backgrounds, or were there kids from all over the backgrounds?
Kids from all over, I guess. Yeah.
So it's not just limited to a specific community or something like this.
No.
So it can hit anyone anywhere.
Yeah, anyone anywhere.
And when you went on that convention, like you said, did you see parents from all over?
Yeah.
All over the country, all different backgrounds. In fact, we were probably one of 2 Asian families at that convention.
Right, really?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow.
But the condition itself is very rare. There's only about 100 odd families in the UK. So, and I think there were about 30 families in that convention. So,
wow. And how do you react to something like that? I know you said you probably felt you were unlucky.
Yeah.
That, like you said, there's only 100 people who probably got. How does that affect you mentally? How did you think? You must think, God, are we being? A person goes through this sort of stuff. Are we being punished? What did we do? And then you get the community telling you, oh, you must have done something in your past life and stuff like that. And then you just think, well, actually, it's just there, and we've got to deal with it. And if it wasn't our kid, it could have been someone else's kid.
Yeah.
I think. We're both from Jain religion.
Yeah.
And we're both quite religious.
Right.
And actually, to kind of accept something like this, that's been our saviour, because it's helped us really understand, well, you know what, like you're saying, you've done something bad in our past lives. We believe in that. We believe in the karma theory. So yes, something we have done has meant that this is happening to Veer, our own child, and the fact that it's happening to him is also really unfortunate. We keep thinking, well, why doesn't it, the fact that it's happening to him, why didn't it happen
to us? Yeah.
Like, why to our son? But that's his karma as well as our karma, and it's happening. So if we worry about it, or if we think, oh, why us, it's not going to get us anywhere. All we need to do is deal with it. And actually, I mean, quite quickly, I would say I'm quite surprised at how, yes, it's a shock, and yes, we felt like, oh, why has this landed on our doorstep? But at the same time, we're like, we kind of understand it from that perspective, and it gives us motivation to think, okay, let's just do what we can.
I was going to say, it sort of gave you the strength to fight as well.
Yeah,
it's almost like if
it
God gives you,
positive.
God gave you some bad news. He gave you some strength as well. Like, here you go, and He's introduced you to some good people and brought, a lot of good people around you who are going to help you find it. Right?
I mean, ever since we've started this campaigning, the amount of support we've had, and just from all sorts of people, obviously our close friends and family, but even complete strangers, it's just
it's been overwhelming.
Overwhelming and really touching.
Touching, it must be. Yeah.
So you get to see the other side of society as well. As we walk through this.
Yeah.
We see, you hear about all the bad things that happen.
We hear every day, don't we? We hear everything on the news. There's hardly any good news.
But being involved in this, although it's like an awful situation that we've landed ourselves in, but
puts your faith back in society that there are good people out there.
Yes, the support has been amazing.
That's
really
good to hear. That's good to hear. Chalo, we're going to go to a break, and बाकी इन्हां दी फिर गल्लां करूंगे बाद च break up तो बाद about the dates of the drives that they're doing and how you can actually register to give your test and see if your blood matches and see if your stem cells match. All of that information ਅਸੀਂ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ break ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ.
NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ. So let's talk with Harjap.
The hottest Black Friday offer is with Leica Mobile. You get a whopping 50% off when you buy UK Plan Mega this weekend. 40 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 this weekend. It's Black Friday madness from Leica Mobile. 50% off should not be missed. Visit leicamobile.co.uk for details. Offer is valid to new customers who shop online between 28th of November and 2nd of December 2019. Leica Mobile.
हिंदू धर्म विश्व का एक महान धर्म है जो विश्व में शांति फैलाने वाला एक ही धर्म है. इसी धर्म की चर्चा के लिए लेट अस टॉक हिंदुइज्म में MATV के माध्यम से आपसे अनुरोध है कि इसको हर रविवार 8:30 से 9:30 अवश्य देखें.
The hottest Black Friday offer is with Leica Mobile. You get a whopping 50% off when you buy UK Plan Mega this weekend. 40 gigabytes of data, unlimited UK minutes and texts, and 100 international minutes for just £10 this weekend. It's Black Friday madness from Leica Mobile. 50% off should not be missed. Visit leicamobile.co.uk for details. Offer is valid to new customers who shop online between 28th of November and 2nd of December 2019. Leica Mobile.
Board fresh, reach fresh. With lower altitude cabin pressure. Enjoy Air India Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Amazing feel, amazing features.
क्या कहती है आपकी किस्मत? आपकी शादी, लव लाइफ, मैरिज, फाइनेंशियल चेंजेस से गुजर रहे हैं, या फिर कोई नई नौकरी देख रहे हैं, या बिजनेस नया करने का सोच रहे हैं, तो देखना मत भूलिएगा Destiny and Cards with Mona Chauhan, only on MATV.
Becoming a dad is fantastic. Right now, life seems better than ever, and I want to take care of my family in the future too. So I'm sorting out my life insurance with Beagle Street. If anything happened to me, the mortgage would be covered, the bills would be paid, and Sam will get a good start in life.
Hello, Beagle Street, how can I help?
Hi, I'm interested in life insurance. What kind of costs am I looking at?
I'm confident it will cost less than you expect. Beagle Street is better value than many others. For example, a 32-year-old could get £200,000 of cover for under £7 a month.
Okay, sounds good.
And it's really easy to apply. You don't need a medical. I'll just ask you a few questions about your lifestyle.
Great. Let's go ahead.
At Beagle Street, we look after our customers. Independent reviews rate us excellent, and we include a free will writing service worth £125. So take care of your family with our simple, affordable life insurance. Call 0800 980 0977 or go to beaglestreet.com.
NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap.
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਆਇਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਸ਼ੋ ਗੱਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਵੀਰ you can see the website address along here and you can go to the website, get all the information you need to know about Veer's campaign, and you'll see videos there and photos of Veer and Veer playing a harmonium or attempting to while his sister's playing. Yeah. I think he's supporting. Yeah, he's just doing the pushing thing. Yeah, supporting act. I'm thinking, why can't I have a go on the keys? So yeah, you know, and Veer's got this medical condition, and we need your help. We need your help because we need a bit of some of your spit, and we need some of your blood, which we give back to you actually. So we're only going to borrow it. Yeah, and take the stem cells out. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੈਡੀਕਲ ਇਲਨੈਸ ਹੈ ਅਕਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਸ਼ੋਅ 'ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅਪੀਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੂਨ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਆ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਖੂਨ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੋੜ ਦਈਦਾ ਸਟੈਮ ਸੈੱਲ ਕੱਢ ਦਈਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚੋਂ ਸੋ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਲੱਡ ਟੈਸਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਐਗਜ਼ੈਕਟਲੀ ਉਹੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੀਜਰ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੱਚੇ ਦੀ ਜਾਨ ਬਚ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਟ ਇਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਚ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਖੂਨ ਦਾ ਮੈਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਟੈਮ ਸੈੱਲ ਮੈਚ ਹੋਣੇ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਸੋ ਵਨਸ ਵੀ ਗੈਟ ਦੈਟ ਮੈਚ it could be any one of you ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠਾ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ you could be a match it doesn't matter where you are you could be in India, Australia, Canada, France, Germany. We've had a match before for a young boy and we did all these shows about yeah, come on Asian community, come out, we'll have a match, come in the UK and India. And the match was sitting in Germany and he's some guy who wasn't Asian. So like we thought, hold on, how does this work? And that's how random it is.
Yeah.
And also it could be anywhere. Yeah. Your donor could be anywhere at the moment. He could be in a different time zone. He could be he could be doing anything. Yeah. He could be asleep. He could be at work. He might be watching a show. He might not be. He might not even know what the illness is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very important first. But in order to donate, to see register there, you need to be on the register. And for that, there's a few ways we can do that. And you two lovely people are going to tell me exactly how someone can get on the register.
Yeah.
Right. So how do we get on the register?
So I guess the starting point, I would say, yeah, please visit our website.
Okay.
www.helpveernow.org. So that's VEER.
Yeah.
His name. That we've laid out as easily as possible to help people understand a little bit about his background, his condition and stuff. But primarily, we're trying to educate people on how they can help us and how they can go ahead and register as a stem cell donor and what is involved in both registration and if you happen to be a match sometime in the future what it takes to donate right so registration is really easy. Registration is all it takes is this cheek swab. So you take a swab, it looks like a cotton bud.
Looks like a cotton bud, long one,
and you swab the inside of your cheek, and basically you do that with 3 samples. In the case of DKMS, well, first of all, you need to order that kit, right? So when you go to the website, there's a register now button, and it takes you to a page where whether you're in India, UK, or USA. And now Australia as well. We've got links directly for the organizations that do the registrations.
Okay.
So you can click through to the registry organization that's appropriate for you because there are different age ranges that apply. For the UK, Anthony Nolan registers people from 16 to 30. And DKMS registers from 17 to 55. Okay. So you have to just bear that in mind, and then you just click through. and you can order your kit to come to your house and take this swab test and then stick it back in an envelope and put it in the post and send it off. And basically after 5 or 6 weeks they do the analysis on that kit or on your swabs, and you'll be registered and you'll get a confirmation of that. So that's a very, very easy way of doing it. But some people, we understand, like, you know, they're not necessarily comfortable with finding out information for themselves and going.
Yeah, they might not have the time or the effort.
Or they might not have the time. Yeah. So we've also decided to organize a whole suite of kind of swab drive events, so people can come along, come and talk to people, you know, volunteers who understand the situation and understand what it takes to register. They'll talk you through the process and they'll actually get you registered, and it literally takes like no more than 10 minutes for each person to get registered.
Where are these events going to be held?
So we have quite a few in Harrow. So there's New Vision Opticians. We're having one there, and that's in Stanmore, Harrow, on the 2nd of February.
That's Aarti, isn't it? A good lady called Aarti, I think. No. I think she's got an optician. She put it on one of the groups today.
So
Yeah, she's doing an event.
Yes, New Vision. That's in Rayners Lane in Harrow. Yeah. And then we've got another optician, InView Opticians, which is
it might
in
be that
Stanmore.
one. I don't know.
Yeah,
and that's on the
opticians. They all look the same.
So they're all on our Facebook page, which is at Help Veer Now.
Okay, so these details you can get on Help Veer Now. That's 2 opticians we have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And they just come and they volunteered themselves to you?
Yes, and they've
That's really
opened up their premises for this,
Well
which
done.
is great. We also have some happening in Leicester, which is at Gateway College. That's just for the Gateway staff and students.
Okay.
There's a wedding-style wedding event on the 16th of February, and that's in Wembley at the Satyavis Patidar Centre.
Okay.
We have events happening in South London, and we're trying to do some more in Ilford and Leicester as well. So, you know, if you have anywhere that you think that we could run an event, just let us know as well. You can contact us on our website.
Okay, so if you're organising an event, say like you're organising a Valentine's night event, which is coming up in February, we've just missed Lodi, but if you're all having more events or Easter events, or, you know, any events that you're doing, it would be a great favour to me and to V's parents if you could just let us put a stall at your reception at the front. We wouldn't disturb your event, where we can get a couple of our volunteers. Just if any of your guests want to volunteer the swab and, you know, want to get involved, then we can. We'll bring our own food and drink, so we're not going to be there to enjoy your night. But, you know, it would be a great service that you could do, not just to help Veer, but to help a lot of other kids in the same thing. If you have 20 potential donors that night, then essentially you can save 20 children.
Yeah.
You know, you can save 20 lives. So that's a big thing. Every person who gets on the register has the potential to save a life. Yeah? And that's the important thing to take away. That's the important thing to take away. Maybe, just maybe, you're meant to do this in life.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something you're meant to do. All of the people who have donated, they never thought that they were made for this calling until they actually done it.
Yeah.
And now they say it's the best thing that they've done.
Yeah.
You know, and that it was so easy that a little bit of their blood saved someone's life. And just imagine if we all registered on it and how many lives we could save. It's amazing. The fact is that it's a sad fact, but sometimes people don't get the donors. Some people are too late and lives are lost, but this can be prevented. So this definitely, you know, you've got this early, and it's a great sign, and I'm sure the community will come out. I'm sure you'll get a match. So touch wood, everyone's been on the show has found a match. We, you know, I'm confident you'll get a match. It's just a matter of when and where it's from. And like I said, you know, I'm not a great religion believer, but I do believe in karma. And I think you're meant to meet someone through this, and someone is meant to meet you. Their purpose in life is to be a donor for your child.
Yeah.
And, you know, your purpose in life might be to be a donor for someone else's child.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it works, right? The way the system works. So please, you can go to these events, go to their website. If you're holding an event, contact them, contact DAKMS, contact Anthony Nolan, get them, mention that you want to do a drive for the VEED campaign. They will organize everything. It's not going to cost you anything. And it's a great chance to also, at your event, do a bit of social service and help save someone's life. It could be anyone's child. It could be yours. You've got young children at home. We've all got young children at home. And these things, you know, they don't ask when they come along. Illness doesn't ask, doesn't say, right, can I come along to your house, please? It's just there, you know. But there are illnesses and there are cures and there are preventions. So this thing, luckily, can be cured. And the cure is amongst one of you. So one of you has the cure. But we're not going to know until we test your spit. Yeah, or until we test that, we're not going to know. Until you do the swab, we won't know. So you're going to have to bring that cure to us. And the way you do that is you get on the website and you get a pack, or you can come to any of these events. You can get on any of the websites, DKMS and Anthony Nolan. They'll tell you what other drives they'll do. You know, they've made it as easy as possible. It doesn't matter to seek a Tibetan in the world. We can get something to you and you can help. And if you can help, there's no reason why I don't see you should withhold that or you shouldn't help. You know, so that's literally as easy as it is. And it's a tragedy that our people are not on the register that much, but let's hope it's increasing. It is increasing every year.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we can, you know, get a result on this. And like I said, you know, this is the first stage, one of the first stages. You've been through a lot of the stages of identifying the illness, dealing with it, realizing we have to act. Now is the time to act. And then it'll all culminate in good news, everything happening well. Yeah. I think that's the name of the game. So please help VEED. Go to the website. If you've got 4 members in your family, make sure you take all 4, and all 4 of you register. You know, you could definitely help someone. They wouldn't be here if they didn't need you. If they could do this themselves, you would have done it ages ago. Yeah, it's something, it's not, you know, it's not someone who wants to come here to do. So you have to understand the majority of it all as well. And you know, every parent who's going through this feels the same way. Do you have any message to give to the public? Any last message?
I just would like to say that obviously today we're talking about our son. Somewhere in the future it could be someone in your family, and you know, we've heard some of the stats. You might have heard that only 2% of actually the UK population are on this register, and the number of Asians is even lower than that. And this
probably 0.2%.
Yeah, the
probably lower. It's probably even less than 1%.
Shocking. They're so low, and this is people watching this. This is your chance to make a difference to this statistic and make it a lot more, so that people like us who are like anxiously waiting for a match for VEER, you know, when it happens to someone else, we don't want them to have to wait like this. We just like them to need it and have someone ready and waiting for them. And
it doesn't need to be this difficult. It really doesn't.
You can have a match within hours.
Yeah,
exactly.
There will be a time, and there will be a time in the future when there will be a match. Yeah.
We, in our campaign, that is what we're trying to achieve. We really want there to increase these numbers so that people don't have to wait like this.
Yeah, and we're not just thinking about VEER. We're really honestly thinking about the wider society to just.
Because there are probably hundreds of people waiting for a stem cell donor, right?
Yeah. So please register.
Please register. That's the message. Thank you, Nirav and Kerpa. Thank you for coming. Good luck. Everything will be all right. I just get this feeling everything will be all right. You'll get a donor and you'll be back again telling us, you know what, thank God. But like I said, I think you were meant, this might be your calling. You're meant to do this to raise awareness in the community. You and every parent who's gone through this. Someone has to go through it to raise awareness, and I think that's where the calling sort of comes into. If there wasn't no illness, we'd never find out, and people would just think, oh, I don't know what happened, you know, or some of my kids just lazy, like, you know, or there's something else wrong, and we'd be going down all different avenues. So, Inanu, thank you, and thank you, Tanu. जिन्होंने आज शो देखा and even bigger thank you will be when you go to the website and when you register and when you message me and tell me, Harjap, we watched the show, we're on the DKMS register now, we're on Anthony Nolan register now, and you know, we're waiting for that phone call. And you'll be very lucky if you get that phone call. If you get that phone call, take the opportunity, save someone's life. There's no bigger saver. Yeah? God doesn't want your money, he doesn't want your food offerings, he doesn't want your bags of atta, he doesn't want your milk. He's got enough where he is, he's all right now. He doesn't function on these things. Yeah? God wants you to do good things in life, and that's to help his other children. We're all God's children, so you have to help each other. Yeah? This is what God's saying, can you do that? He doesn't want anything that you have materially. He just wants you to help people and to have compassion and sympathy and empathy. Just have these things. Once you have that, then you'll be closer to God, you know, and this is just the way it is. It doesn't matter who you believe in or what you believe in, or if, like me, you don't believe. But there's no excuse for you not to be on this register. And, you know, it's something for a matter for the community. Chalo, ajli hai naisiga. I'll see you again on Friday. I'm better now. I'm back in the office slowly, so I'm getting back to normal. The मैं थानू मिलूंगा Friday नो मेरे वालों इन्हीं सिका from all of us here थानू सारे नो सच
NRIਆਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਜੋ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਦੇ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਹੈਗੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ So let's talk with Harjap.